Welcome to the Morality Matters YouTube channel. Today we delve into the profound wisdom of Seneca and explore how to overcome imaginary suffering for a better life. Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher and statesman, offered timeless insights into the human condition. His teachings emphasize virtue, reason, and living in accordance with nature. Join us as we uncover Seneca's profound wisdom on overcoming imaginary suffering and finding lasting tranquility. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and unlock the secrets to a more fulfilling existence. Seneca teaches us that much of our suffering is imaginary, created by our own minds. He emphasizes that we often suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think about it. How often do we dwell on past misfortunes, replaying them in our minds and amplifying the pain? How often do we fret about future events that may never come to pass, causing ourselves unnecessary anxiety? This is the essence of imaginary suffering. We allow our thoughts to spiral out of control, creating scenarios that exist only in the realm of our imagination. But here's the liberating truth. We have the power to choose our thoughts. We can choose to focus on the present moment, to accept what is beyond our control, and to let go of the imaginary suffering that weighs us down. As Seneca wisely said, there is no great genius without a touch of madness. But in this context, we might say there is no great suffering without a touch of imagination. It is our minds that have the power to magnify our pain, to turn molehills into mountains. But just as our minds can create suffering, they can also liberate us from it. By understanding the nature of our suffering, by recognizing that much of it is self-inflicted, we can begin to break free from its grip. This is not to say that real pain and hardship do not exist. Of course they do. But even in the face of adversity, our perspective, our thoughts, can make all the difference. We can choose to dwell in despair, or we can choose to find meaning, to learn, to grow. The choice is ours. Premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, is a Stoic exercise where one visualizes potential challenges and prepares mentally for them. This helps in reducing the impact of unexpected events. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Picture it vividly in your mind. What could go wrong? What challenges might you face? Now consider how you would respond. What resources could you draw upon? What actions could you take? By mentally preparing for potential setbacks, we lessen their power over us. We build resilience and develop a sense of control over our emotions. Instead of being blindsided by adversity, we face it head-on, armed with a plan and a calm mind. This is not about dwelling on negativity or expecting the worst. It is about acknowledging the reality that life is full of unexpected twists and turns. And by preparing for these challenges, we equip ourselves to navigate them with grace and fortitude. Think of it like this. A seasoned sailor knows that storms are inevitable. They don't wish for them, but they are prepared for them. They study weather patterns, reinforce their ship, and practice their skills. So when the storm hits, they are ready. They face the challenge with courage and competence. Similarly, by practicing premeditatio malorum, we become mental sailors prepared to weather the storms of life. We develop an inner strength that allows us to remain calm amidst chaos and to find opportunity in adversity. Remember, it is not the events themselves that define us, but how we respond to them. And by embracing the practice of premeditatio malorum, we empower ourselves to respond with wisdom, courage, and resilience. Chapter 3. The Power of Now. Seneca advises us to focus on the present moment, as dwelling on the past or worrying about the future only adds to our suffering. By living in the now, we can find peace and clarity. The past is gone, immutable, beyond our grasp. To dwell on it, to replay past mistakes or relive past glories, is to trap ourselves in a mental prison of our own making. Similarly, the future is uncertain, a canvas yet to be painted. To worry about it, to fear what may or may not come to pass, is to rob ourselves of the present moment, the only moment we truly have. Seneca reminds us true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. The present moment is where life unfolds. It is in the here and now that we experience joy, love, gratitude, and connection. When we shift our focus from the regrets of the past and the anxieties of the future to the richness of the present, we tap into a wellspring of peace and contentment. This is not to say that we should ignore the past or disregard the future. We can learn from our past experiences and plan for the future, but we must not allow them to consume our thoughts and steal our present joy. The key is to find a balance, to acknowledge the past and the future without allowing them to overshadow the present. Practice mindfulness. Engage your senses. Pay attention to your breath, the taste of your food, the warmth of the sun on your skin. These simple acts can help to ground you in the present moment and cultivate a sense of peace and presence. Remember, the present moment is a gift. It is the only time we can truly live, love, and experience the fullness of life. Don't waste it dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Embrace the power of now. Chapter 4. Rationality as an antidote to fear. Rational thinking is key in Stoicism. Seneca encourages us to question our fears and anxieties and to use reason to understand that many of them are unfounded. Fear is a powerful emotion, one that can paralyze us and prevent us from living full and meaningful lives, but fear often thrives on the unknown, on the stories we tell ourselves about what might happen. Seneca urges us to confront our fears with the light of reason. What is the evidence for this fear? Is it based on facts or on irrational assumptions? What is the worst that could happen? And even if the worst were to happen, could we find a way to cope, to learn, to grow? Often, when we examine our fears rationally, we realize that they are not as insurmountable as they seem. We discover that we have the inner strength and resilience to face our challenges head-on. This is not to say that we should ignore our emotions. Emotions are a part of what makes us human, but we don't have to be slaves to our emotions. We can learn to observe them, to understand them, and to choose how we respond to them. As Seneca wisely said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Our minds are powerful tools capable of creating both incredible beauty and crippling fear. It is up to us to choose how we will use them. By cultivating rational thinking, by questioning our fears and challenging our negative thoughts, we can break free from the chains of anxiety and step into a life of courage and freedom. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts, and you have the power to choose which thoughts you will entertain and which thoughts you will let go of. Choose wisely. Chapter 5. Applying Stoic wisdom in daily life. To apply Stoic wisdom, start by practicing mindfulness, journaling your thoughts, and reflecting on your day. These steps can help you internalize Stoic principles and improve your mental well-being. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It is about observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. You can practice mindfulness through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply by bringing your attention to the present moment throughout the day. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection and growth. Take some time each day to write down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Reflect on your day. What went well? What challenges did you face? How did you respond to them? What can you learn from your experiences? By regularly examining your thoughts and actions, you can identify patterns, challenge limiting beliefs, and make conscious choices that align with your values. Remember, Stoicism is not a passive philosophy. It is a call to action, an invitation to live a life of virtue, reason, and purpose. It is about taking responsibility for our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It is about living in accordance with nature, accepting what is beyond our control, and focusing on what we can influence, our own choices and actions. Start small. Choose one Stoic principle that resonates with you and focus on integrating it into your daily life. As you become more comfortable, gradually incorporate other principles. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to a more fulfilling and meaningful life begins with a single choice, the choice to embrace Stoic wisdom and live a life of virtue. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please subscribe to the Morality Matters YouTube channel for more quotes and inspirations. Remember, true wisdom lies in overcoming imaginary suffering and living a life of virtue. By understanding and applying Seneca's teachings, we can free ourselves from the self-imposed chains of anxiety, fear, and regret. Embrace the Stoic principles of reason, virtue, and living in accordance with nature, and unlock a life of greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Documentary-style upbeat music fades out at the end.